I have been talking about XDC for a while on this channel, and even today, I do think that everyone should be aware of just how bullish XDC has become. Right now, currently speaking, at the moment, XDC is trading at about roughly around 8 cents. Now, by the time that this video does go live, price action is definitely going to change because I am recording this a little bit ahead of time. But regardless, I do want to talk a lot about XDC, give you guys my 2025 price prediction for XDC, but also go over a ton of information that has just recently surfaced around the XDC network. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you guys are not in the free Discord, what are you guys waiting for? Go down to the description below and join up on that free Discord to get access to a ton of free, valuable information. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about it. Let's first address where I personally believe that we are in this cycle currently versus the 2021 cycle. And if we look at this chart back here, where do I think we are? Well, I think that we're right around this level in terms of XDC before the much larger moves in the market happened. For an example, we are having a nice little pullback here after hitting 10 cents. And if we go back here, XDC was having a nice little pullback after hitting about roughly 4 cents. Now, from that move to the upside, we hit about roughly almost 20 cents or so. I do think that XDC is going to have a much larger move in this market this time around because number one, it's on a lot more exchanges. There's a lot more eyes on XDC. And if we take a quick look at how many eyes are actually on XDC this cycle versus 2021, well, we can go over here to Google Trends. Now, this got posted by the executive director of the XDC Foundation, and we have here been noticing a lot of new faces on crypto Twitter and across the community. This Google Trends chart says it all. It feels pretty good when the hard work so many people have put into this network over the last 5 years gets noticed. And even if we go over here to Google Trends, if we go all the way back to 2021, and we could see that there was a nice little spike up here. People were aware of what XDC was back then, but not nearly as much as now. Right now, currently speaking, there's a lot more retail eyes on some of these projects, including XDC. And in my opinion, the biggest moves of this cycle have yet to actually begin. So we're going to revisit this. We're going to come back to this chart, and I'm going to give you guys my 2025 price prediction. But first, I want to go over a lot of information that just recently resurfaced up around XDC, but also some new information as well. And let's start off with some of the new information regarding the weekly breakdown from the XDC Foundation, which we have here. The XDC network ecosystem continues to grow with impactful updates and new developments helping shape the digital finance and Web3 space. Here is XDC Weekly from December 8th to December 14th. And first and foremost, this is the big one that I actually want to talk about. I know that we have a few other ones down here, right? Like we have some podcasts, some events, whatever. This is the big one, which is InvestaX. This is a monetary authority of Singapore licensed RWA tokenization platform. It's bringing its regulatory compliance or compliant SaaS solution to the XDC network. This is backed by Plug and Play. This initiative aims to simplify and scale real-world asset tokenization for businesses worldwide. Now, a lot of people are forgetting that back in August, Plug and Play selected the XDC network to launch an enterprise RWA tokenization accelerator. This got announced on August 15th, and it feels as though this is actually starting to begin in a big way. We actually have down here that the open call for this RWA accelerator begins in December of this year, so this month. Up to 10 startups will join a 3-month program starting in March of 2025 that focuses on RWA tokenization projects with targeted support and resources. And I do think that, some of these moves that are happening right now around the XDC network are actually to support this initiative, like InvestaX, coming over and bringing this SaaS solution to the network. Now, also the program will run up all the way to about June of 2025 at the Plug and Play Silicon Valley Summit, where startups will present their projects to Plug and Play and its network of investors and stakeholders. So this is very exciting stuff, and I do think that we are about to see a lot of RWA applications, coming over to the XDC network. They actually do mention a few of them down here in terms of what the network has already achieved so far. For an example, the integration with Securitize. XDC is one of only 4 networks working with Securitize, a leading provider of RWA tokenization solutions. Support for tokenized treasuries as well. They host the USTY token, representing access to the US Treasury Fund managed by BlackRock. Trade finance participation. XDC is a member of the Trade Finance Distribution Initiative, which has set its sights on addressing the $5 trillion trade finance gap. Involvement with ITFA. XDC has joined the International Trade and Forfeiting Association's Digital Negotiable Instruments Initiative. And then, of course, we have the infrastructure support from Deutsche Telekom. Deutsche Telekom serves as an infrastructure provider, bolstering the blockchain's ability to support real-world asset tokenization. So, again, a ton of great moves here made by the XDC network, which is why Plug and Play did have, they had no problem coming over here to the XDC network and saying, hey, we want to launch this enterprise RWA tokenization accelerator program with you guys. And again, I do think that this is going to be very, very big because, again, this is backed by Plug and Play. They already realize how big XDC is becoming. But let's dive on into this. Number 1, Generation Infinity hosted about roughly an hour. It was like an hour discussion regarding this. This is an incredible insight. We have a quote here from the head of crypto and digital assets, Max Wolf. XDC Network and InvestaX are setting a new standard for compliant tokenization, creating a scalable ecosystem for real-world asset tokenization. And when we go over here to InvestaX, right, we have pioneering licensed real-world asset tokens, RWA, and it's backed by some very, very significant investors, as you guys can see here, scrolling across the board. I mean, these are some pretty big names, obviously, out there in terms of like venture companies and investment companies as well. But if we actually look at who is licensing this platform, it's licensed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. We could see Capital Market Services license to deal in securities and collective investment schemes, recognized market operator license to operate an organized market for securities, and exempt financial advisor to provide advice on units in collective investment schemes. You guys notice something here, though? A lot of it is based on securities. We know that XDC does have ties back to the DTCC. Why do I bring that up? Oh yeah, that's right, because the DTCC settles $3 quadrillion worth of securities per year, and they're looking into DLT around tokenizing securities. And we also have down here the only partner you need for RWA tokenization. Unlock the full potential of your assets with InvestaX. And here we have tokenization advisory services, licensed tokenization SaaS platform as well. And we also have down here their tokenization projects. We have a few things here. Number 1, we have Spice Venture Capital Fund. We also have this Whiskey Digital Fund over here. Some this is tokenized real estate as well. Capital Solutions. So they have some very big moves happening here around tokenization services. They're already in on some of the largest asset classes out there, like, for an example, real estate. So very exciting stuff. I'm actually very, very excited to see that they are working with XDC, with Plug and Play as well. I think that this is going to be a very big game changer. And also, real quick, I want to take you guys over here to the About section, because now we're getting into some very interesting territory here. Why is that? Well, number 1, we have security token solutions. We have increased access to market depth, transparency, all that kind of stuff. But who is building InvestaX? Check out some of the names behind InvestaX. We have ties back to DLA Piper now. And if we actually look at the partners down here, Archix is mentioned, Hex Trust is mentioned, Toko is mentioned. These are ties back to the XRP Ledger, ties back to Hedera as well, Ripple. Securitize is also on here. Interesting. And then if we come down here, okay, and we go over here to the partnerships list, check this out. So we have backed by leading investors. Again, we already went over that. Check out the partnerships that they already have. Algorand's on here. Hedera's on here. Circle, Tezos, Fireblocks, PWC. There's Plug and Play, of course. State Street's on here. UBS. And, of course, the XDC network. Guys, when we look at the partners that they have, this is very significant. This is becoming a big player. And you can look at all of their tokenization services here. This platform is the one that's actually integrating the XDC network. This is their tokenization software as a service platform. We could see one-stop shop solution for asset tokenization. You can see the full breakdown here. You can see a little bit of a insight on how the platform looks. But I'm actually very excited about this. And it kind of builds upon the tokenization revolution that's already happening on the XDC network, even with Archix. I'm sure that you guys already know about the Archix integration. If you don't know, this is the announcement that happened on December 5th. We have Archix chooses XDC network to accelerate RWA tokenization. Innovation and evolution of digital assets has been at our core since inception. The underlying blockchain, DLT technology, and tokenization are set to reshape traditional financial markets by creating an entirely new set of financial and trading instruments. And yeah, this was a big one because listen, I've been talking about Archix with Hedera. Archix recently announced a partnership with the XRP Ledger through Ripple as well. So when we really think about what's going on, okay, we are witnessing XDC becoming a household name here. If we go back a few years ago, I made videos regarding the triple X threat. XRP, XDC, and XLM. Today, I still stand by that. XDC, XLM, and XRP are three of the largest opportunities that you are presented with today in this market, regardless of what you hear, regardless of what you think. These are three projects I personally believe everyone should be looking into. Having all three in your portfolio is not a bad idea. I currently don't hold all three in my portfolio, sadly, but that's because I had to consolidate. But today, if we look at some of these projects, we are witnessing a major shift in the overall scenery of crypto. Utility is going to be crowned king. If your project doesn't have real world use case value, it is worthless, in my opinion. We are ushering into a completely different age around crypto, and I'm telling you right now, if you want to succeed, you need to be doing your research. You need to understand what matters and what has value. We are going to see these technologies plug and played into the global system around trade finance, around real estate, around capital markets, you name it. And XDC is one of those players. Now let's go back to the chart because I know that a lot of you have probably been waiting. What is my 2025 price prediction for XDC? Well, listen, if we're just going off of the previous cycles, we're looking at, the different environment. We're looking at, all of the major changes around XDC. I'm personally looking at around 85 cents to $1. And I know that sounds low to a lot of you out there, but I want you guys to realize that the all-time high for XDC right now is about 19 cents, roughly, almost like 19.5 cents. But if we look at the lows that we were presented with this bear market, right around 2 cents, even more recently, we were at like 3 cents. I'll just say like 3 cents. We're talking well over like a 20 plus X. I am totally fine with, 85 cents to $1. Now that's me being conservative. Let's take the conservative hat off. Let's put the Moon Boy suit on. What's my Moon Boy targets for XDC this cycle? Well, now we're talking about, $1.50 to $3. That's a safe range for me personally, this bull run. But that's me being completely moon boyish, throwing out any sort of thought process on it, and just giving you guys, price targets. If you go into the Discord, I've outlined many targets. Of course, that might be on the premium side, but I've outlined a complete exit strategy for XDC, still keeping a moon bag, making sure that you have that moon bag in, this market is so crucial. But XDC, in my opinion, is going to perform very well. And I do think that's going to shock a lot of people in terms of how high it does go this cycle. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.